right, all right, all right, all right. Okay. Okay. Hot off the press. Quick on the button. Hey Fuxia. How are you? Good morning. Pacobra. Rolomancer. That's good stuff you posted yesterday, Rolomancer. Be careful of one thing on your Dreamancer is the lower end of the body. The proportions are wrong. It's quite chunky and what's it called? The hip versus torso versus legs is off, especially the legs. I think they're connected too wide on the hip bone. Should probably be a little bit even with the pockets and stuff. It just makes it look like alien. Fight Milk, how's it going? Mel. Bub Shimizu. What's up? Zealing, good morning. Alright, so we got Goblin Circus Master, Sun's Nemesis, two topics so far. Any other suggestions? Yeah, extremely wide-hipped Dreamancer, but also the length of the legs are off. It's quite. He comes off square. I think with some liquefy, you could pinch that area a bit and stretch the legs a bit, and it'll be better. Bullfrog Brute, Soulsucker. Interesting. We got 4 topics. 5, Glass Knight. Oh, that's cool. Glass Knight. Cookie Thief. Okay, I think that's 6, isn't it? Goblin, Sun, Bullfrog, Soul, Glass, Cookie. Yeah. Alright. Do you see that? Yeah, you do. 2. It still doesn't want to upload. I'm getting that bug again. I don't know what. So 2, which is Sun's Nemesis by Atsuki. Nemesis. Alright. So instantly I went to the direction of a universe version of what's the main bad guy in Lord of the Rings? What's his name? Saruman. Sauron is the main bad guy. Saruman is the evil wizard, right? Sauron. Hey, Steven. Atsuki won with Sun's Nemesis. So, in my mind, I instantly went with a universe Milky Way type Sauron. So we'll see how that turns out. I got some pretty. Let's go with fantasy. I think I'm gonna go with fantasy genre. Let's see. Where that leads us. Also, Pacobra, I really liked your manatee with skulls in it. It's really cool. Steven, since Nemesis is a person, it could be like in theory, like yes, it is a person, but maybe this person is so powerful it doesn't need anything more than that, you know. It could be a planet for sure, but you know, um, if it's you can't have a planet as a character in a, you know, there gotta be some sort of interaction. Finally, I am back, breathtaking gamer. My name, say my name. Are you on? Are you Are you on drugs, sir? Planet man. Yeah. Yes, a little bit drunk. I am not playing video games here. I am not a gamer on stream. Sadly, I should say. But video games would be a mess without me. That's true. I mean, but that doesn't necessarily make me a gamer. It makes me a game developer. This is kind of gravitating towards a little bit more sci-fi, or um, yeah, sci-fi. I guess Guardians of the Galaxy would definitely be categorized as sci-fi. I mean, I would love to play games on stream as a living. Those people are I can imagine enjoying it quite well. Steven, you will try to work alongside? That's pretty cool, man. Make sure you share it at the end of the stream and on Discord. Pacobra, are the two categories always fantasy versus sci-fi? No, but you gotta try to quantify it somehow. You know, there is definitely way more than that. There's diesel punk, there's cyberpunk, is realism. There's a lot more genres. But usually, though, it goes into those two camps because cyberpunk is offshoot of sci-fi, and for example, you know, like fantasy is the lack of fiction or science. But I do agree, I prefer making up new combinations as well. I love the idea of what happens if I take this and that and just go smack. Let's see what comes out of it. That I enjoy way more than having to stick to a genre. Well, cheers, say my name. I do work hard. because I do want to, like I mentioned in a interview recently, that I do enjoy the act of mastering my trade. You know, in whatever I'm doing, I always try my best to do it as good as I can. Pacobra, Arcanum was a mix. Yeah. Heyo. What's up, Gria? What up? But the thing is like you can mix and match and do whatever you want. It's all fine, right? There's no limit to the mixing and matching. But one thing that is a requirement is the ability to author the world in a way which is acceptable, and where it doesn't feel generic, and it doesn't feel forced, and it doesn't feel out of place, and it doesn't feel alien, as in like you have no idea what you're watching. And then it's, you know, free reign. The one thing to remember is that a lot of like stylistic movies fail, but when they don't fail and someone has created a very believable and tangible world, they could create a new genre or subgenre, and it almost becomes a new hallmark. You know, like there is this how to explain it. There is this fundamental thing about branding and doing it the best. Like in Sweden, at least, I don't know about in the rest of the world, but when inline skates came around, like late 90s, around then, I guess, probably a little bit earlier, there was this really like the there was this new kind of company who was called Rollerblades, right? They were really pushing, they were really aggressively marketing, and the brand, the act of going on inline skates, you know, where the wheels are in a row rather than pair, which is roller skates. They were strongly associated with rollerblades, that they are called rollerblades to go on inline skating, right? But nevertheless, everyone was saying, "Oh, I bought some new rollerblades today." Yet it wasn't that brand, right? But they strongly associated themselves with that act, so that it naturally became rollerblades became the word for the act. So in that sense, if you like venture into a new genre and you successfully mix the two genres, and you create a world that's extremely tangible and lovable and is a success, a lot of times that becomes the associated go-to move for that new genre. You know, like let's say a fantasy. If you say fantasy movie, most likely you'd go Lord of the Rings before Dark Crystal, or Never-Ending Story, or The Hobbit, or you know, any other fantasy movie ever made, and it becomes the kind of associated thing with it, right? So that's an interesting thing as well, that it could be a trap, when you're designing something for a genre, it's easy to fall into that trap of going, oh, Lord of the Rings did it, so there must be fantasy. But nothing states that that is fantasy, be all end all of fantasy. And that's in a way why also I was playing around with this dark fantasy sketches I'm doing, where you take, let's say, a necromancer and absolutely play around with the topic of a necromancer, just because there's no rule that says a necromancer is this, they look this way, they act that way. There's only like agreed behavior that they should do this, right? Say my name. It's on Firestarter published it. I posted on my social media. Hey Bruno Romanos. Hey Rollermaster, nice going. Good good data mining right there. Bruno. I don't think Bruno Romanos has a mustache. That's a big mustache. I think he probably has like a lip hugger, like a Zorro style mustache. That's at least how I see Bruno Romanos. And he's extremely beautiful, and for some reason, whenever Bruno Romanos walks into a room, there's a light gust of wind sweeping through his mane. That's how I see Bruno Romanos. Hey Spectre, how's it going? And he also has a guitar. Just full on stereotypes. But one thing though is that he has that Spanish R. And he says in front of a lot of consonants. Say my name. No, it is a half an hour every day. That's how it is. A dolphin eater. Well, shoot, that's how it is. Listen, I haven't even. I mean, this. I mean, you're doing good, Gria. Second rule of 30-minute warm-up is always 30 minutes. Exactly, exactly. The point of the warm-up is not to do anything else but have fun for half an hour every day, so that you just practice drawing, right? We're halfway. This guy is kind of getting somewhere, but again, I shouldn't mention that we're halfway, and it's kind of cool, because that's the time where I'm starting to make the wrong decisions and start failing. Hey Miguel, how's it going? I just went down the rabbit hole of rollerblades. Whatever happened to inline skating? Hey, Fight Milk. Yeah, it kind of died out, didn't it? You don't see that many inline skaters anymore, at least not around here, and at least not anywhere else really. You see some, like, dude my age with just a mustache, like doing backwards, like figure skating in a park. That's about what you see. You don't see anyone else. I mean, what would be? Maybe he's like energy. It feels like a little bit like he's venturing into generic land here. Fuxia, really? That's a shame. Steven. Yeah, it is really hard to just go with an idea and draw it, and it has to make sense, and it has to be readable and stuff like that. It's not easy, and as you can see on some of my warm-ups, um, sometimes I fail, even though with even with the best intentions. But the thing is Stephen, is you shouldn't give up the idea of doing these, because in the end of the day, it's only 30 minutes. And the potential of finding some cool idea or a cool sketch or a great start for a concept or whatever is there, right? And you could easily justify spending half an hour just having fun, being in the zone, sketching and enjoying the experience and the ride of drawing something that it's okay to fail at, or it's okay to draw something different, and it's okay to just be creative. And there's way more positives than negatives. Yeah, you might suck at some day, and the image isn't exactly like you want. But if you're like, if you really try to decipher what's went wrong and teach yourself of what you tried to do and what bad move you made, and it has potential to really learn. You can teach yourself of who you are. Pacobra, how I get the sun component in? I'm going with like a black void sci-fi emperor type thing. I'm not sure it gets across really, but I'm playing around with the idea that he's a powerful sci-fi mage warlord thing, half black hole, half human, half alien. I don't know, just messing around. Hey Mitkov, how's it going? Space Knight? Fresher now. Spectre. Professionally, I do use reference, obviously, as every artist should. They should inform themselves, and they should create an expanded view of their intent and their ideas by supplementing with references and research. On stream, never. The idea is, when I do these warm-ups, is not to research or not to do anything else but use what's inside my brain, right, and be creative. And Mondays, we are adding information to our brain by doing Study Mondays, and all the other days we are just being creative and having fun. And then, of course, with anything else, with more projects, like, for example, Unreal Bjorn 3, you guys should do research. You should make mood boards. You should look at references, because that's the best way to ensure that you are creating the best product ever that you can make for the time being. Caveat, caveat, caveat. But for these I don't, because that's not the point. The point is not to... It's for me to just have a picture in my mind and try to explore it. That's the only purpose why I do these warm-ups. And I make it even more complicated by asking you for a topic, so I don't fall into the trap of comfort zone. But there's always going to be some degree of comfort zone, because I'm interpreting your suggestion. Yeah, Miguel is great. He should stream more often. He stopped streaming. Shame. I guess he moved homes and he's too busy. Miguel, come back. We miss you. We don't. Don't show your skills. I am the only one who needs to be online. Go away, Miguel. How dare you be another extremely skilled artist on Twitch. Don't go away. Everybody love me instead. No, don't look at him. Don't look at him. Pacobra. Yes, don't love Miguel. Love me. Love me. Hey, Panic. How's it going? Fresher, one day try cartoon style? Alright. I mean, I do it now and then on stream, but I can switch to cartoon style. A lot more toony, cute. That's not a problem. That's great to hear, Miguel. You're a great artist, so people on Twitch needs to see such a seasoned artist sharing their knowledge. Instead of this idiot. This idiot. Hmm. I kind of tried to create a sense of different value range. I kept my painting at the mid range on purpose because one of the ideas I had was I wanted to make it feel like a black hole. Um, I'm not sure it worked. Maybe it did, but like a black hole Jesus with a Christian halo. The cyborg boxing champ was cartoon style. Yeah, it was, but it was horrible. Pacobra. No. Hey Kirill, how's it going? Kirill. Yeah, I like that song. It was a cool one. Rest in peace. What's his name? The singer. Time is not up. It's 3 minutes left, Steven. And I feel like the head has a little bit of a wonky shape. Um, in it needs to be a little bit preciser, maybe. I don't know. It annoys me that it's not a clean line. It feels like if it's so much darkness and it has to kind of, I don't know. Should he have eyes? Does that make it look stupid? I mean, eyes always help, right? Too much? Not sure. Chris Cornell, yeah. Gria. Yeah, probably. Just some hints of some structure. And I think the shape of his head could be more interesting, you know. But then he stops being kind of that clean feel to it. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna leave it. Yeah, Bono and everyone else. I agree. Eyes was not the right move. It brought it into more of an like a black creature rather than a black hole. Right now, it's just a void, right? You don't sense anything there, which is probably a better idea. Event Horizon as a Halo. Yeah, that could be a cool addition, actually. Maybe a bit too much. Maybe it takes it into a weird place, but I kind of like it. Kind of. I like the idea. It's a good suggestion. Yeah, the triangle shape was interesting. Yeah, I agree. It was interesting, but I'm not sure it was fitting. It took it into like Destiny space. But I kind of like the idea of Event Horizon. Um, let's find someone to raid. Okay, let's raid Chloe. We haven't raided her in a while. Am I raiding? Currently, I don't see any. Prompt. Oh, it is a prompt. All right. Have a good one, everyone. I'm gonna do the outro, then take it to the raid, so don't go anywhere. Toodles.